Yeah, good morning, guys. This is me, your brother, your friend, Human Steven, here this morning. Like I said yesterday in one of my posts, I said I was going to talk a little bit about the issues that is actually traveling in Edo State and the involvement of the Governor Obaseki'S administration. You know, since last year, precisely, I have been on this very particular matter that is involving the palace and Obaseki, and I have gotten a lot of informations whereby people are trying to deny the involvement of Obaseki administration in the travail of the palace of the Oba of Benin. And when the suspended Nigis actually took the Oba to court again, I came out. I think I did 2 or 3 videos on it, and I also said Obaseki administration is 100% involved. You know, this is not about politics. Like I said, I don't care who wins the 2024 governorship election in Edo State. I don't give a hoot about it. Because for me, Obaseki is not contested as number 1. So we're going to deal with that later. But as far as this is concerned, this is not about politics. Obaseki is not on the ballot box as far as this election is concerned. But he has messed up big time, and some of his baggages, you know, might overflow into whoever that he has interest in. That's their own cup of tea. That's their own problem. It's not mine. Anyways. Now, and when I came out, and a lot of people called me and said, Humanist team, this is not true. You are just being sentimental. You are trying to do this. You are trying to do that. The government is not involved. The government had no hand in the travail of the Oba of Benin and many things like that, guys. You know, so and when they said that, I was like, okay. But what I'm seeing now has a complete different meaning to whatsoever you guys are talking about. Okay, and I try to give me 1 minute, guys. So and I try to make them understand that this entire issue that is happening, you know, to the palace of the Oba of Benin today, there is already a skeletal show that the government of Obaseki is involved. And yesterday we got a very clear, you know, fact, you know, about that. And I'm going to read the statement, the public statement from the lawyers of the Oba of Benin. Then after we have read it, I'm going to maybe do some little analysis on it, you know, to actually, you know, buttress all the points that I've been putting in place in the past 2 months, you know, starting from June or July last year to this very particular moment. We are already running into 1 year since this entire issue, you know, began, where there was an open, you know, fight against the office of the Oba of Benin, the ancient throne of the Benin Kingdom. Okay, guys, I want you to share this video. Invite friends in right now. Let's deal with this. We the Benins, the Benin speaking, or the Edo speaking, the Benin speaking Edos. I mean, the Benin speaking Edos must, as a matter of fact, you know, unite right now to defend what is left of our kingdom. Like I said in many of my videos, the only thing that is left of us is that throne. The moment that throne is desecrated, is bastardized, we are going to be next to nothing in the committee, you know, of people, in the committee of nations. We are only being respected today because of that very particular, you know, ancient, you know, stool that we have kept, you know, sacred. We have kept the way it is from the time, you know, of our forefathers. Okay, guys. Now let's go deep into it. Now there was a public statement by the lawyers to the Benin Traditional Council. It's a public statement. Plan for amicable resolution of conflict between Edo State and the Benin Traditional Institution. You know, like I said, when I got this up, you know, when Obaseki came up and said he was going to find a solution, and they said it's a family affair, and that had been one thing I've told them, even to Chris Idaihai, the commissioner of communication and orientation. I've said it several times. It's a wrong narrative for you to say the palace of the Oba of Benin have now become a family affair. It is not. It is an ancient stool. It is the head of the entire Benin, Edo speaking people. is the father of the 7 local governments that comprise what we call the Edo South. The moment an Oba ascends the throne of his ancestors, he automatically becomes the father of even the oldest in the land. That is why even when the old man comes to his presence, they will be on their knees. Even when the oldest man that is twice the age of his father comes before him, he will kneel down to reverence the Oba. That shows there is this clear indication that the Oba of Benin is the supreme leader of the Benin people. Okay, guys. Now let's go. He said, as solicitors to the Benin Traditional Council, and on its instructions, we hereby make this following public statement without prejudice to the pending legal challenges involving the BTC and the Edo State government. Okay, so now listen to this. Now there are other. When I read this, I was like, wow. There are other cases. There are other cases that is even pending between the state government and the BTC that nobody's talking about. This man has so much bastardized our institution that we begin to wonder if Obaseki is really a Benin man. I don't know what the Obaseki family has against the throne, the ancient throne. I don't know the link between the Obaseki and the ancient throne right from the time of their father Aro. You just look at it, these guys are determined. They are determined to destroy what is left of us as a people. The father fought Obavorome to a standstill. He conspired with the British people to invade Benin in a time where a monarch is in his cleansing stage. He knew the tradition that there are times in the life of the Benin king, they are incommunicado. Nobody sees them, nobody talks to them, even up to their wives. That is the purification time, because they are about to go into another brand new year in the Benin calendar. He was the one that was actually, navigating between the white people and the palace of the Oba of Benin. The same thing is coming again, whereby these same people are trying again to bastardize our institution. Is it wrong for Obavorome, when he was a prince, to take this Aro, who later became Obaseki, into his custody from being killed by his people for the atrocity that he committed? Is it a crime that in 2020, we the Benins stood behind Obaseki to defend him from being victimized by Adam Soshomole? If you watch the two scenarios right now, it's the same thing. At the moment you try to help them, they come after those that have given them succor. The moment you try to help them, they now come and now begin to deal with those of you who have given them succor. Now let's go ahead. Say the conflict between the Benin Traditional Council and the Edo State government appears to have begun with the bitter dispute over ownership of the ancient artifact looted from the palace of the Oba of Benin by the British colonial force during the Benin massacre of 1897. The federal government has since settled the issue of rightful ownership in favor of the palace by the gazetting of the ownership and custody of the artifact in the Omonobanendo Kwapolo, His Royal Majesty Oba Eware II. People will say this is a lie. Now there are two ancient stools, bronze stool that came back. That of Esige, Oba Esige, and that of this other Oba. Two of them came. This is what the state government have been traveling all around the world for, to bring back home. When they came, there was no congratulating message from this same Chris, who is the Commissioner of Communication and Orientation. There's no official message from the government of Edo State till this moment. She a Benin man. If you want to put politics into what you do, that's your own cup of tea, guys. But let the reality be clear. We, the Edo South, made Obaseki the governor of today. Not the essence. Not the Afemas. But the truth is, he has beaten the hands that actually fed him. The palace should not be your issue. I'm going to tell you, guys, very clearly, where the problem of Obaseki and Obaeware II came from. Guys, listen. Because one thing I've known about Governor Obaseki, he never forgives. He's a man who never forgives. If you hurt him, it might take him years. He will hurt you back. He behaves like the Fulani people in his actions. Do you know, during the electionary period in 2020, when Oba was trying to make peace between the APC and the PDP based on the tension that was in Benin, the day Oba Benin scolded Philip, if you guys can still remember, the day Oba Benin scolded Philip. No, our monarch, because I knew from there was a distance between Obaseki and the monarch. Our monarch started explaining how Obaseki came to become governor. Because he said, yeah, when Oshomole came to tell him, he told Oshomole, no, you can't bring him just like that. Because the fact was, Obaseki was not, the monarch was not against Obaseki being the governor candidate of APC, but he wanted to follow due process, which Oshomole told them that after my time, I will allow the people to make a choice for the next governor. The one Oshomole came to now impose, Obaseki was trying to say, no, this is not what we agreed on from the initial stage. You guys can still remember that video. I don't want to go deep into that because that's not the bone of contention today. Now, from there, Obaseki had an issue with the palace. He wasn't happy because of the narration. Oba went too fast talking about the grandfather of Ago, of Godwin, and narrated everything that happened, and also lambasted what is his name, Philip. Then, so that was the beginning of the hatred he has for the palace. Obaseki now felt that the palace of the Oba Benin is so powerful in Edo South that it needs to decentralize it. It needs to dismantle those powers and make the Oba just like every other monarch all over Edo State. Get it now? The idea is to make the Oba Benin just to be like the Nojes in this land, or those kings in Edo North. That you will not have so much absolute power to control this entire 7 local government that makes up the Edo South, which also comprises of 58% of the voting strength in Edo State. So this is where the entire war is coming from, guys. Because he knows the power of the Oba is so enormous as far as the Edo South is concerned. So he's trying everything humanly possible to make him to look like every other, kings or rulers in other part of the state. So that his power will be limited within his domain, which is now the Oredo local government. Let's go ahead now. When the idea of creating new traditional council in Edo South was subsequently mounted by some Enigies in a letter to the state government of November 2022, the BDC, through the ESL of Benin and other chiefs of the Oba Palace, made formal and informal effort to dissuade the government from acceding to the request of the applicant Enigies. And these people, this Obaseki'S Ochis on Facebook are saying he was not aware, there was nothing like that. They make efforts. They make efforts to see this man, to tell him this cannot work. I'm going to tell you some argument of some persons why they feel this have to be like this. This have to not to be like this. I'm going to tell you guys. Now let's just go on first and listen to this. The BDC had emphasized that the government plan would amount to balkanizing the Benin Kingdom, as there is no other traditional ruler in Edo South to preside over the proposed traditional council than His Royal Majesty, the Oba of Benin. See, I tell you now, because if you not have, each local government have a traditional council, that means it may be in Odioma local government, all the Enigis that is now under the Odioma local government will not be under Akenzua, Professor Gregory Akenzua. You get it now? Are you getting it, guys? Then all the Enigis in a local government will not be under Mr. Domoyi. So that was the plan. Now they will have their meetings without even returning back to give the palace any information. Then the palace now will now only be having meetings with the Nigis in Oredo local government. Then there will also be another one in Ikpobaoka local government. Ovia North, Ovia South. Then they will only meet at the BTC level when they have a general meeting, just like what they do today when they have a meeting, you know, a meeting of the Edo State Traditional Council, whereby the Oba also preside. But then they are meeting, the Oba is only on a ceremonial position as the chairman, not the supreme or the absolute ruler, the way it is now in Edo South. They will not make the Oba to be equal to Professor Gregory Akenzua in Odiomo. You not make the Oba to be equal to Edomoyi in Ego. This is the entire plan that the Obaseki'S administration actually had against the palace of the Oba of Benin. So that was what the BTC knew. They knew, they understood what is doing. That this is not going to work. It's going to create more problem than solution. But Obaseki did not listen. Let's go. He said, let's go further. He said, despite the conciliatory effort of the BTC, the state government proceeded to announce the creation of new traditional council in the 7 local government area of Edo State to coexist with the BTC. Now, do you see where Professor Gregory Akenzua and Mr. Domoyi had the power to take the palace to court? This is what I'll be saying. Have you not seen why some of us says that Obaseki aided and abated these people to take the throne of the ancient kingdom to court? Based on, these are lawyers that are right now. These are lawyers, not laymen, and not even the PDC. These are lawyers who actually know what they're saying. Okay? At this moment, the moment he still went ahead and created that 7 local government traditional council, he has automatically given the Enigi the power of autonomy. That is why Professor Gregory and the other Edomoyi who have been, a cohort to the Obaseki'S administration wants to test the waters of the new proposed, traditional council in Edo South. He has not actually appointed anyone to be the head of the traditional council. Obaseki'S hasn't done that yet. So now this person, he wants to make them to test the waters. Go and test the water and see if actually this is going to work. How your people, how the Benin will feel. Listen, Oga. One thing we have understood in rulership, even as you were coming in, it was because many people loved you. That was why they voted for you. That's why they allowed you to rule them. If you decide to impose yourself on them, they can turn the state to become a state of anarchy. The people who actually understood the entire, operation of the kingdom, of the institution, the traditional institution, are telling you this is going to bastardize the traditional institution in Benin. But you went ahead, and the moment you did that, you actually seen the result, the effect result of what you just did. They have not been appointed to be the chairman of their different local government traditional council, but they are already operating in a manner the first time since I was born that an Oba of Benin is being docked by subjects. And somebody is telling me that it doesn't matter. So despite the conciliatory effort of the BTC, the state government proceeded to announce the creation of a new traditional council in the 7 local government area for those states to coexist with the BTC. The state government also seized the statutory financial entitlement of the BTC. People will not say Obaseki was not involved. Obaseki was not involved. Obaseki was not involved. Why did he have to seize it? Because he said so many gears are against him sending the money to BTC. You're telling me he's not involved? Who appointed the Enigis? Was he Obaseki? Who made that Kenswa and Enigi? Was he not Oba Erediawa? Because he was his younger brother? Who made the Domoyi and Onugi? Was he not by Erediawa? I don't understand. This is a Neikai now. This is a Neikai now that is talking for Obaseki today. Is it a commissioner? If Obaseki decides to drop him tomorrow, what will he do? Why are we not being realistic right now as Edo people, as Benin people, and fight for that which is actually right? We are totally beru webi na unwa. Ude we omano bera inya odigo noya. Because we want to bear now or promise you whenever we have the moto muno ya buwa muno ya viwu adiwebu. Who was saying no bear kwede. No ojo jane. But this way. But why we na we ya waina we ya we begi ya boy nedo. Those of you who is actually supporting Obaseki today, can you stand and allow your father, your own biological father, to be treated in such a manner? Most of you don't even take, you don't take it easy with some of us who criticize Obaseki. You come for our head, you destroy our characters, you defame us because we are trying to tell you that Obaseki have not performed to our expectations. If you can, come out and defend a government that have failed in the second term. Obaseki came for the second term on a revenge mission. Did he come to actually help the Edo the way he did in his first term? If you can come out to defend him, if you can come out to fight for him, if you can come out to go deep down into the mud with those people who are against him, now it is the time for you to show your love, your loyalty to the kingdom that made you who you are. Basically, will come and go. Basically, will come and go. But the kingdom remains. Okay? He seized their money. Because some of them say, seize it. That's the way he will listen to us. You want to make the Oba to go hungry. They don't do this before. I don't even know why all these chiefs in Oba Palace, I don't even know how they behave. They did it in his time. 1999 to 2007. The allocation to the palace was seized. Why? It was the same thing. Unforgiveness. Yes. Go read the story. But if you don't read, you know, in 1992, during the SDP and NROC, when Odigo Yegu won the election, it was the eve of the election that announcement was made because Esamai of Benin was threatening the palace as at that time. They're not by radio. And the BDC made a pronouncement and the people killed Beno Yegu, even when we did not know who Yegu was. And the outcome became glaring. That was 1992. Then when he came back in 1999 to become the governor, he punished Obaseki'S. Obaseki'S of blessed memory. For that. For close to 8 years, the statutory allocation to the Benin Traditional Council was seized by the Benin administration. But the palace survived. So Obaseki has also done the same thing now, seizing the allocation of the Benin Traditional Council because one of his own have been suspended by the palace. The decision of the government to create a new traditional council is currently being challenged by the BTC before the State High Court. Somebody say there is no case between Obaseki and the palace in court. You just heard that now. You just hear that now. There is a case between the government and the Benin Traditional Council in the court of law, challenging what Obaseki had done. He had already created that local government traditional council already. It's already an issue on ground that needed to be dealt with. But Obaseki will pretend his people, none of them talk about this. Then how are you not going to make peace between Akenzwa and the palace of the Oba of Benin when you are actually the architect, the initiator of this old brouhaha in Benin Kingdom? It has never been bad like this. It has never been bad like this. Never be bad like this. That a mere enigi or a nogi who go to court to challenge the authority of the Oba. Never be bad like this. I've never seen it. I've never heard it. There are some thrones. There are some dukedom thrones that have been vacated for years, for decades, that no one have ever sat on again as a result of the issue of suspension from the palace of the Oba of Benin. These are institutions that have been there even before the coming of Oromia. There have been an Enogi in Benin Kingdom. The Enogi kingship actually started from the time of the Ogiso dynasty. Then how will one man just come from nowhere? Why do you think that the Enogi of Ego accepted Oromia when he came in? Why do you think so? Have you started to think why the Enogi of Ego accepted Prince Oromia when he came from Ile-Ife? Why do you think that the Enogi of Ego actually gave his daughter in marriage to Prince Oromia? This is to show, to tell you that the entire system has been that every Enogi is under the subject of the Oba of Benin. Now, there is already a court case challenging the legality of what Obaseki did. He went ahead to do it. So he didn't stop there when we actually, shouting. He went ahead and he did it. That's what the lawyers are saying now. So there was already a local government traditional council in Edo South already there. Why they are not in operation? Because it's already a challenge by the BTC in the court of law. Get it now. So that was what gave Professor Gregory Akinzwa and Mr. Domoyi the audacity to also take BTC and the palace to court, challenging the authority they have to suspend him, having been an independent, get it now, having been an independent traditional ruler in his own local government. You will not get it now. Now you can see the old link up now. When Obaseki created that 7 local government traditional council, there was a suspension now on these 2 iniges. Okay? Now, because of the traditional council that be created by Obaseki, now make this inige partially independent from the palace. So therefore, the palace does not have the power, the audacity to dethrone them or suspend them, as the case may be. They are not being dethroned, they are being suspended because they don't even own the throne. The throne belongs to the palace. So now, because of that independence that they have been given, it's now making it feel as if they are no more under the control of the palace, but under the control of the government. That's why they now said it is only the governor that has the power to either suspend them or dethrone them, because of what Obaseki had created. Obaseki had created a war already. Okay? Now, it said, upon the creation of the new traditional council, the state government publicly received some iniges who had mocked the idea, including those suspended for sundry violation of traditional norms. Listen now. Following the petition of the BTC of impersonation against 2 iniges, the police brought a criminal charge against one of them and was at the verge of arraigning the other when the state government intervened. When the state government does what? Intervene by notifying the first charge. The state government also wrote to the National Assembly to affirm that the creation of the new traditional council in Edo South is a fair accompli. Listen now. I'm going to read that again. The state government also wrote to the National Assembly to affirm, to put their feet on it, to agree to what he has said, to gazette this very particular thing he has said into law. It went as far as that. You guys don't know. So when you see some people who actually know the secret, the truth, what is happening, they are shouting, they are fighting, you should understand the extent that Obaseki went in destroying our institution. All because the monarch refused you to get hold of the Benin artifacts. You want to scatter the entire place so that those areas where this artifact came from, they can start dragging it to the palace. So you can get some and put in your museum. It's all about greed. It's all about greed. It's very, very painful. Okay, guys. Yes. Said, let me go again side. So following the creation of the new traditional council, the state government publicly received some of iniges who had mocked the idea, including those suspended for sundry violation of traditional norms. Following the petition of the BTC of impersonation against 2 iniges, the police brought a criminal charge against one of them and was at the verge of arraigning the other when the state government intervened by nullifying the first charge. The state government also wrote to the National Assembly to affirm that the creation of the new traditional council in Edo South is a fair accompli. The 2 iniges have since filed a joint suit in the state high court to challenge their suspension. You get it now? I don't understand. How can we believe when they were charged to court for impersonation? When they were charged to court for impersonation, Obaseki came and nullified the case. That they had no case of impersonation. That actually, that's what it meant. That actually they are chiefs in Benin Kingdom. Actually, the government recognizes their authority. That is quashing the case. Get it now? That the government recognizes their authority as a niggas in Benin Kingdom. That the case of impersonation is not true. Now, after that have them be said, because he's the chief executive officer, then the Attorney General of the state will not go to court to quash the case against these people. And the moment the case was quashed of impersonation, you know what's impersonation? You are parading yourself as a nogi of a Robanosas to Abudu. Or you are parading yourself as a nogi of a Bain Siloku. After you have been duly suspended following the traditional norms. Get it, guys? Now, that's impersonation. You are parading yourself of who you are not. Now, the Benin Traditional wanted to take a legal action against them so that they can stop claiming to be a representative of the palace of the Oba of Benin when they are under suspension for various violation of Benin Traditional cultural norms. Now, the Obaseki'S administration went to the court and said, no, these people are not violating, they are not impersonating. Because as the state government, they are being recognized as traditional, chiefs in Benin Kingdom. That's what it meant there. That is the old board game there. Now, after that had been done, when the case was not quashed by the state government and the Nigerian police force, the same group of people who were suspended were now advised by the state government, based on the reality that is on ground, to go further and sue the palace and the BTC for the suspension. Because the government have already told them, you aren't suspended. I did not suspend you. I have the authority as because of the new law that I put in place now, I have the authority to suspend you, to demote you, or to dethrone you, as the case may be. Not within the power of the BTC anymore. So that was what gave rise to the authority that Gregory Akinzua and Edomoyi had to challenge the authority of the BTC and the Oba of Benin in their suspension. Okay? He also went further to the National Assembly to affirm all he had done, to put a stamp on it. Okay? In the midst of this conflict, the state government has, without due process, written to His Royal Majesty Oba Ebari II on 9th April 2024 to revoke the concession of Oba Akinzua 2 Cultural Center, a concession which had been frustrated since November 2016 by the decision of the state government to convert the center to a motor park. Nobody talk about that. The only thing we have left to convert it to a motor park. Now, the place under lock and key. Under lock and key. For some time. I've been there when I was in Nigeria. I've been there several times to have a meeting there. Now it has been locked up. You want to destroy the place and turn that place to a motor park. You want to put a motor park opposite the palace of the Oba of Benin. Will Obaseki allow a motor park opposite Sadebe in his house in Osadebe? Office in Osadebe? Or in his house, wherever he lives? Will he allow people to not put a motor park opposite it? Me will tell the truth now. Me will tell the truth. He revoked the Oba being used in that place. That is a traditional ground, cultural ground of the palace. Because you are the governor, you are doing, and you think the man should be happy with you. Why can't you guys just see the truth and say it for once, for goodness sake? The BBC emphasized that His Royal Majesty the Oba of Benin is the father of all Benin people, including members of his royal family. I've said that before. Therefore, any matter that affects the custom and tradition of the Benin people, of which His Royal Majesty is the exclusive custodian, cannot be reduced to a family affair of the Benin royal family, as assigned by the state governor in a public release on the suit instituted by the two Eniges against His Royal Majesty the Oba of Benin. The BTC notes the reported interest of the Edo State government in an amicable resolution of the conflict, which not averse to any such resolution. The BTC believes that this can only be genuinely achieved through the following. Number one, complete restoration of the statutory financial entitlement of the BTC to the status quo prior to the date of the creation of those 7 traditional councils in Edo South, and the refund of the balance of such statutory financial entitlement of the BTC withheld since that date. This man wicked though. This man, anybody who they support this might not know what they do. This man wicked though. This man is very, very wicked. Obaseki'S is very, very wicked. I'm sorry for Aso Igodalo. Very well. Very, very well. Like I said before, it was because APC doesn't have a candidate. That's why. It's not because APC doesn't have a candidate. Modi is not a candidate. Modi is not a candidate. That's why you see. Because Modi is not a candidate. That's just the reason why. This man have dealt with Benin people so badly. This man have dealt with Benin people so badly. He has bastardized our custom and tradition so badly. You want to reduce the palace to nothing, So a clear commitment by the Edo State government to avoid further interference with the internal affair of the Benin Traditional Council, as prescribed by the Benin Traditional Council, by the Benin customary law, including the established disciplinary process under the authority of the Omonobale Ndoku Apollo, His Royal Majesty Oba Ewari II, the Oba of Benin. The withdrawal of the letter issued by the Edo State government revoking the concession of Oba Akinzua, the Second Cultural Center, and the restoration of the center by the state government to its previous enviable condition to be suitable for the purpose of this concession. Issued in Benin this day, 22nd of May 2024, on the instruction of the Benin Traditional Council by Professor Yemi Akinseye George San and Professor Edoba Omorige San. Now, guys, so you see that this entire war that is ravaging the kingdom was orchestrated by Obaseki. He had been the one who had been fighting the kingdom tirelessly for his own personal gains. Will the Benin people keep quiet? Are you going to sleep and allow your house to be destroyed? Those of them who are supporting the Obaseki administration, saying that this is an APC organized political campaign slogan for 2024. Can you say that again? I haven't heard what the solicitors to the BTC have said. Now, yesterday, when I was going through some comment, it was on my wall. Somebody commented, trying to explain some, political moves to reduce the power. And he said that we, the Edo South, are not seeing the advantage of having more independent traditional council. And I give example of Edo Central. I give example of Edo North. That every ruler in Edo North is independent of itself from others. They have actually gone there. There are a lot of small kingdoms. A lot of small kingdoms. From here to here is a kingdom, from here to here is a kingdom. And that anytime there is a statutory allocation for the traditional council in Edo State, they get more than we get. Okay, why not let us look at it in a way that these people also become independent of themselves so that they can also get more to the Edo South. That was the basis. That was the basis. Now, and I said, I'm going to reply right now. The Edo Central already had a system as a result of the infiltration of the Muslim culture. Because when there was an invasion of Edo North and part of Edo Central, that was actually what bastardized the traditional institution. And that gave rise to just the way it is in the North, that people, everyone want to become a leader in each of the little domain that they control. I think when I went there, I think from Auchi to Avieli, I don't even know how many kingdoms that they have in Edo North. From Auchi to Avieli, where at least I went around. I don't even know how many kingdoms they have there. Now, they have never been, a coherent, united kingdom in this area from time immemorial, before the coming in of the colonial masters. It has been every little domain has its own autonomousity. So it was easy for them to flow in that direction. The same thing with the Edo Central. If you want to look at the only monetary benefit that is attached to, bastardizing Edo Benin Kingdom as the only way, as the only thinking that you have, that these people are going to get more money after they have become, kingdoms or wherever, it becomes a little bit worrisome to some of us. In the first place, when they were appointed by the palace, it is not for them to become wealthy. It's to go there and administer on behalf of the Benin Traditional Council. Because just like a governor who cannot be an engineer, who cannot be in the education sector at the same time, cannot be in technology, cannot be in information, had to get commissioners who are answerable to him. Even the commissioners now, they now have permanent secretaries and all that and that, who are answerable to the commissioner. The permanent secretary will not have directors and all that, who are answerable to the permanent secretary. This is how a normal system works. Why did Obaseki not make every local government chairman a governor? Why did Obaseki not sign the local government autonomosity? Why did he not approve it in his own and allow them to run without any state government direct or indirect interference? Why did Obaseki not give his commissioners the autonomosity for them to do and undo without any check and balance? When Obaseki fired Emata as Commissioner of Information, did Emata took Obaseki to court to challenge the power of Obaseki to do that? Did the federal government interfere in the activity of Obaseki that had to do with the people he had employed or appointed to help in the administration of his government? In the same vein, guys, this is just the same thing that is happening now between the palace of the Oba of Benin and the district government. Because the constitution has given some level of power, he has not become power drunk, feeling that he has the audacity to challenge the government. That was why one of his boy from Edo North, I don't even know what his name is, Lukma, said, "Do you know Obaseki has the power to dethrone the Oba of Benin?" And I told him it's a lie. If he tries it, the entire Benin will be on fire. Listen, guys. This is the fact. If anybody tries it, the entire Benin will be on fire. It happens in 1897. We know what the British went through for daring the kingdom of the kingdom of Benin. Even the federal government knows quite right that Benin is not north. Even the Yoruba knows that the way a Mana and a Doma valued the throne, the ancient throne of Benin, is not like what they do in other local government or states or communities in Nigeria. You can't just come and say you want to dethrone the Oba of Benin and feel it's going to be easy. Guy. Because what some of them write on Facebook makes some people to that's where you go dalo and Osatin very well. Not because they wanted to, but many of the people who are being sent as media aides, I'm sorry to say, but this is the truth, are talking rubbish. Some of them are even jealous of the strength of the power of the Oba of Benin. When Philip went to the Oba of Benin 2020, when Oba was lashing him, he kept quiet. He couldn't say anything. But when he went to Auchi, he misbehaved and he right in the presence of the Ataru of Auchi and has an elderly man to be thrown into prison for challenging him. You can't dare that in Benin Kingdom. So these are some of the things that every ruler wants to come to Benin and pay homage to His Royal Majesty. Every king in Edo State respects the authority of the Oba of Benin. I don't know how the government of Obaseki wanted to go and remove the permanent chairmanship. In Seven Philip. That Philip, you see that? That was when they dethroned him, when they, impeached him, dethroned him. I wasn't bothered. When they went to Auchi to go and meet the Ataro, God bless you, His Royal Highness, the Ataro of Auchi. So they know, I can't take that. The Oba of Benin is our father. It has remained like that since the Midwest region. The Oba of Benin has been the head of the Midwest Region Traditional Council. The Yoruba Bini have been the head of the Bende State Traditional Council. The Yoruba Bini will remain the head of the Edo State Traditional Council. So I'm not going to take that throne. I can't take that position from him. He's a permanent chairman. That's how they failed in their quest. Because the plan to make the kingdom of Benin relevant by this Obaseki administration had started long ago, but it has been an underground work. Until these last few days, knowing fully where he's about to leave office, and he needs to complete his mission. Can Barrister Osajo Ogi, sir, I so much respected you, because I see you as a father figure. You are open to Benin people. But I'm surprised, sir, that under your watch, your boss was creating a lot of mistakes. As a Benin man who has lived in Benin, and also as a barrister, as a lawyer that you are, you would have understood the risk. You would have understood the enormosity of the atrocities that your principal was committing. Most of the time, this communique is being written by you. And you append your signature to it. Meaning you approved of the decisions that your boss have been making. That's to us. It's never okay. Of late, I would have been one of those who would have supported you, being that you are in the picture, because we know the character you have displayed in the last 80 years that I've known you in the corridor of power. It's unfortunate you've allowed yourself to be used by this man, Obaseki, who is the enemy of the Benin people. If you like, make it big, make it build skyscrapers for Benin. You don't destroy the foundation of a people, which you are also part of. Your family is part of the palace. You are chiefs, not your chief. Your chieftain title is inherited, so you automatically more or less like a traditional ruler in your own domain. How will you feel that your Oba of Benin today will now take that very particular title that they gave to you, the Obaseki of Benin Kingdom, and take it from your family for no just cause? That title will be taken from you, and that name will stop existing. Obaseki is not your surname. You are answering a name that Oba gave to you, Oga. You are a subject of the man. He gave you that name, Obaseki. That's not your name. Go and ask your ancestors. It is not their name. It is the Benin. It is the palace. It is the Oba of Benin. Not Basi. That gave your dad that title, which now became your name. Those of them that call Ero today, it's not their name. It is because it's an hereditary title. The moment the title is being given to them, that become their name, become their surname. It means they are children of the Oba. Anyone that have an hereditary title in Benin, that the moment they are not being sworn in or conferred on, and they now carry the name of their title, they become children of the Oba, a direct children of the Oba. Like now, our crown prince is not bearing Oba Ewari, is not being Ewari. Automatically, the day the father became Ewari, he changed his name from Erediawa to Ewai. You get it now, guys? Because the first name was Ewai. I mean, was Erediawa. Because his father's name was Erediawa. So now, it's not bearing away. It automatically, that's how they are. They are children of the Oba. So I wonder a man who the kingdom have blessed, who the kingdom have favored, have decided to turn against those that are giving him a happy hand. The truth of the matter is, I pity you guys. If for political reasons, you are joining this enemy to fight against the kingdom. Now you know. If you are, because of what you are gaining from the government now, you want to build a house. Some of us are working tirelessly to earn a legitimate living. Some of you are depending solely on the stipends from the government to live your bloated, egocentric lives. Because of that, you want to sell your inheritance. Now you know. A time will come, some of you will remember some of us who have stood vehemently against this atrocity of this government. That's why I will never in my life support any government again. Never. I stake my neck. I spend my money. I spent my time. I took off for 2 months to support this man. I was in Benin for close to 4 years. I was there. There's nothing really tangible that Obaseki'S had done. Let's be realistic, guys. Nothing. Nothing. Many of the projects he had finished were projects he started in 2016. Many of the projects he has finished, he started them in 2016. Yes. Many of them. Started in 2016. That is not trying to complete. The question I've asked is this: all these projects, were there no budget allocated for them? Were there no budgets allocated for these projects from 2016 till the set of 2016 and came again? Look at the Kenwan Road now. You see an abandoned project for 8 years. He could not finish one road. They're talking about road every time. Where is Gili Gili? Is it road that's going to increase the value of the kingdom or of the state? Where's Gili Gili Seaport? That we campaigned with. How functional is Oshomo power plant? How functioning is the Edo modular refinery? How functioning today is Auchi Airport, International Airport? What about the Malaysia University MOU and other MOUs that we were told in 2020? Where is the actualization of all this? It took his entire 4 years to fight the entire Benin people. He fought PDP to a standstill and drove the founder of PDP away from PDP. He faced the Oba of Benin. He faced the Edo people. He destroyed the houses at Okoroma and turned the place to a private property now called Kora City. He went to a bar, Ijare's community along Benin Road that side, and destroyed people's property on the name of government land. And take today, the place is bushy, just like Okoroma is bushy today. He had done a lot against the Benin people. Yeah, like he came to avenge something that we don't know. They said tiger and lion should not come back. Yeah, I believe in that. But I'm going to tell you to this, guys. There are many tiger and lions on the road. Those people that they gave uniform to, they are worse than, what is the name of this man? Tony Kabaka. Many of them are worse than Tony Kabaka. Many of those people that is collecting revenue from Obaseki, they are worse than Tony Kabaka. Go to Upper. Go to Upper, go and see what they are doing. Just go to Ring Road near Central Bank and see how they are molesting motorists. How they are molesting motorists, guys. Go there and see. They will just, right at the center of the road, they will take away your battery and move out. They come in groups. They come in flocks. The things that they promised me didn't do 20% of it. So to me, Obaseki had an F9 in the second term. Had an F9, capital letter, in the second term. In the first term, he did well. He had the CCs for me. That's why I felt, okay, because he had the CCs in the first term, and now he's going to go to the second term, so he's going to be more experienced. But in the second term, he came on a revenge mission to fight everyone to stand still. And he lost focus. And his praise singers refuses to actually call him to order. And he went completely astray. So the power vested on him by the constitution got into his head and he began to act unreasonably, forgetting that power transits. He has few months to go. By November this year, he will be an ex-governor of Edo State, just like Adam Soshomole. You should know what is happening today to Yaya Bello, the almighty Yaya Bello of Kogi. The almighty Yaya Bello of Kogi. You should know what is happening to him today. The man that tossed the entire Kogi will be shivering. Even with the development that Yaya Bello did, which is cannot be compared to what Obaseki is doing today, is on the run for financial crimes. I heard our debt now, we are the 7th most indebted state in Nigeria. I don't know how true that is. I also heard that we are indebted to the tune of over 460 billion or thereabout. In some quarters. How true that is, I don't know. Obaseki actually don't wear in IGRO generation. China generated revenue. But nobody knows where the monies are being kept. So what am I saying? When you are in power, try as much as possible to contain the excesses that is involved in that position. Because the reason is this. Power drunkenness is one thing that is real. The moment you get to a point of no return, you will start committing blunders. I will not even want to hear what other people are saying. That is the state of Governor Obaseki right now. He feels as the governor because he has immunity. Therefore, he has the absolute power to do whatever he intended doing. What Lukman said, that do you know Obaseki can dethrone the Oba of Benin? It was what they discussed. Somebody had told me that before. But I told him Obaseki will not do it because it's a Benin prince from the Obaseki'S dynasty. In a meeting, when Obaseki said that, I said, no, you can't do that. But when I hear Lukman write it on a comment in one Jessica, I'ma face a war, I knew that they have done all to humanly possible. They are trying the waters to see the reaction of the Benin people. If you're a Benin man and you allow a stranger to destroy what you hold dear, that's your fault. Today, the Igbos, the Yoruba, they fight vigorously over the history of the Benin people. Like they said, a people that have only 7 local governments in Edo State. But yet, everyone is dragging everything to claim ownership of just 7 local governments. Because we have an history that is so unique, that is so accurate. Our culture is so grounded that even in 1,000 years to come, it will be unshakable. This is what civilization is all about. Civilization without the means of the ancient powers, or without the means of the ancient connections, it becomes modernization without facts. Listen, do you know that the seat of Orosayan and Esigi have lived over 500 years before 1897 that the British came to steal it? So those two would have lived over 600 and something years that they returned back to the palace of the Oba of Benin. How many traditional institutions in Nigeria today can still boast of such ancient things that have been done even before the event of civilization, still in their archives? That's what makes us who we are. So you as a person must try as much as possible to stand behind what you believe in. That's number one. Number two, the issue of the artifact. Guys, we should not allow anyone to take it away from us. Let it remain in the palace of the Oba of Benin, which is our own palace. You know the reason why? We have 3 senatorial districts in Edo: the north, the south, and the central. The moment we mistakenly allow these artifacts to go under the control of the state government, do you know, guys, that the state government can decide to put up a gazette and take over the ownership of those artifacts? And you know, we can also have a reputation of the 1897 crime committed against our throne. Do you know that? And now Uchima can just come and build a museum in Edo North and take everything, because there is already a law that says those things belong to the state, to Edo State government, and take everything from the museum there and take it to Edo North. Do you know Ane Sama can just come, build a museum in Edo South and take everything to Edo South? Yes, they have the power. So when we say it should remain within the corridor of the Oba of Benin, we ain't making mistakes. Because we know this is our ancient artifacts. So we want it to remain within us, not being carried up and down just like the European did. So if because of that, some of you are not feeling, who are politically connected to the government in power, they are not feeling as if the Oba is trying to to try the power of the state government. People are now encouraging him. Like that Lukman who said his paymaster can dethrone the Oba of Benin. Guys, you guys have to be careful. Okay? We know the smile when it comes to our monarch. Monarch, stay clear. Good morning, guys. My name is Shimali Stephen. Say God bless you and have a blessed day today. Bye for now.